Britain's Prime Minister has been heard on camera calling Nigeria and Afghanistan, quote, fantastically corrupt countries. David Cameron was speaking to the Queen about an anti-corruption summit in London, which opens on Thursday. Take a listen.
We had a very successful cabinet meeting this morning. We were talking about our anti-corruption summit. We've got the Nigerians. We've got some leaders of some fantastically corrupt countries coming to Britain. Nigeria and Afghanistan, possibly the two most corrupt countries.
Well, let's speak to Nick Robertson about this. He joins me in the studio now. David Cameron's got some form on this, hasn't he? But is this a gaffe or is this a deliberate mistake?
What he didn't say was he didn't say that the current leaders of these countries are corrupt. Buhari, the president of Nigeria, and the president Ghani of Afghanistan. And actually, the Archbishop of Canterbury was standing there with him and the Queen, tend to say, well, actually, the president at the moment of Nigeria, he's not corrupt. Look, it's embarrassing because he really didn't know that the camera was rolling. It could have been far worse. He has done this sort of thing before. For the Nigerians walking into this, it's a bit embarrassing. The spokesman for the president has said that this is embarrassing for us, and perhaps the Prime Minister, David Cameron, is looking at an old snapshot of Nigeria because, of course, Buhari campaigned on a sort of counter-corruption ticket.
In terms of the accuracy, though, of the comment, I mean, how accurate is it? Was David Cameron right?
Well, and Downing Street has been quick to point that out. They say they won't comment on conversations he has with the Queen, but they have said, look, both of these leaders have said that their countries do have corruption issues. He said that, or Downing Street has said that when they have this summit, both leaders have written some notes for the summit, and these will be published. This was normally going to happen. And Ghani has said, yes, Afghanistan is badly corrupt, and Buhari has said, look, the last government was, sort of created a situation of corruption inside the country. There are scales to measure this, and Afghanistan is woefully low. There are only two countries below it. You have
but not
North
Nigeria.
Korea. No, not Nigeria. Nigeria is a little higher up the scale. Afghanistan comes in at 166, and below it tied 167th. You have North Korea and Somalia. It's not a happy place to be. Nigeria actually equally corrupt, on par, number 136 on the list with Ukraine. It's above Kenya, so it can take some solace in that. But no, I mean, for both of these countries, and actually both these leaders, look, Ghani, the president of Afghanistan, was in the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. He was a finance minister for Afghanistan. He is tidying up after a president who was heavily criticized for the corruption of his leadership.
And just very briefly, you said that Downing Street won't comment on what the Queen might have said, and presumably that Buckingham Palace making no comment on that either. She very much keeps her opinions to herself.
She does, and when we look at the editing on that piece, there was no chance that we were going to hear what the Queen had to say. But very embarrassing for the Prime Minister, and he does have form with the mayor. actually, with the mayor of New York, Michael Bloomberg, talking about the Queen's reaction to him when he told her about the outcome of the Scottish referendum.
Yeah,
he was speaking about the Queen. She purred down the line to me. He told Michael Bloomberg.
She, however, has a little bit more diplomatic experience, perhaps, than he does. So keep
certainly more years.
Thank you very much, Nick. Thanks for joining us in the studio.